we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful Corona-free day. Today is Thursday, April the 15th at 1:21 in the afternoon. How are you doing? So, $1 million motivation. Fix his cameras a little bit. It was a little crooked. A little better now. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. You know how sometimes someone will kind of like instigate you to do something, or they'll just say like the words like, could you do it for $1 million? And all of a sudden, yes, all of a sudden go from not being able to do something to being able to do something. I think that's one of the craziest things in the world, because here's the thing. The psychology of all of it is that the ability to do something is inside you, whether you get the $1 million or not. However, the incentive of $1 million all of a sudden gives you more motivation. What does that mean? Does it mean you're just money motivated? Does that mean that you're willing to do more, not just with incentive, but I'm saying even on the hypothetical scenario that you're gonna get money, okay? When you tell people that, like, hey, listen, I bet you couldn't do it for $1 million, and they go ahead and do it. I'm just saying, like, I was thinking to myself the other day how crazy it is when, not like it's actual financial compensation, like you're actually getting paid. But I feel like the whole premises of having $1 million, the thought of having $1 million giving you the ability to do something, is absolutely insane. Not because you don't have the ability, but just you're essentially tricking yourself into doing something that you can already do without tricking yourself. You see what I'm saying? You know, I got a buddy of mine I call, and I have these crazy like hypothetical scenario conversations with him and stuff. And this is definitely gonna be one of them. The second I get finished this, here's the camera's off again today a little bit. I'm making it better, I'm making it worse. Anyway, but it's just one of the strangest things. I don't get it. I'm not going to get it. But I think it's fascinating that if you trick yourself into having the ability of doing something, because if you have $1, you're not a millionaire. But you're holding a percentage of that dream. You're holding a percentage of that number. So feasibly, if you got enough of those $1 together, then you're a millionaire. You got $1 million. But if you tried something and tried it, or you weren't trying hard enough, or you're trying as hard as you could, which is subjective, right? And then somebody says, man, do it like you were gonna get $1 million. And then all of a sudden, from who knows where, over that hump you come, and you accomplish that goal, feat, measure, whatever it is. You know, that to me is fucking insane. Pardon my French, but it's amazing, it's crazy, and I don't get it. But that's where the fascination comes into play. What is it about it that is inside you, inside of everyone, that they have the motivation to do something? But taking away $1 million as an example, if it's some other sort of incentive, does that mean that people, and I know this is I'm just sort of like a hypothetical and I'm probing, but this is sort of like my thought pattern, right? I sort of go down a hole and I try to explain it to myself, and then I talk over it with a buddy of mine. And on occasions such as now, I bring it up with you, the listener. So, you know, let's just say it wasn't financial compensation. Some people do things like go to war because it's the right thing to do. You know, they're a police officer or a firefighter, whatever the case. Okay? And they choose something that's more noble because it's the greater of the cause. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily about them, it's about who they're helping. And that's respectable, it's noble, it's honorable, right? But even if you're doing something for yourself, if you're not doing it for the money, but you're not completing whatever task that you're imagining to complete, and then you psych yourself out as far as giving yourself a reward, how is it that little thing inside you can switch the impossible to possible? You see what I'm saying? It's crazy as shit, because automatically I think to myself, as though I was like a computer. Like I'm putting in information, right? And regardless of the incentive, you should be able to do something, period. And if you're not doing something, to me, that says, if I see someone not doing something, that doesn't mean no matter what the incentive was, they're still not going to do it. But that's not true. And that's where the magic happens. That's where the craziness of this whole situation comes into play. Because you could literally be giving everything you got, and then all of a sudden you psych yourself out and you do something, and somewhere between technique and your strength and your skill, everything gets aligned and you connect it together. What is that? What is that? I don't really know, but it's exciting to me. You know, I think of things like this and stuff like that, and it sort of just captures my imagination, because I'm telling myself, you know, I don't necessarily need that. And part of the reason I don't need that $1 million motivation is because I feel like I know the illusion, so I know I can make things happen without incentivizing myself to that next degree to get me to that next point. Okay? But if you were to like hold your breath as long as you can hold it, and someone's just like, I'll give you $1,000 if you can hold it 1 second longer, it's all about like pushing yourself, you know? And that's one thing that I really love about the military, is that they really, this guy just blew through the stop sign anyway, is that they really do help you in an extreme way, and illustrate, and through proper teachings and exercise and discipline and all sorts of other stuff, show you, okay, how to push through so you have no limitations. Yeah, that was probably one of the best things that I got out of the military, that I love the most about it. But yeah, it's just capturing the imagination and then telling the imagination you can do more, and then physically doing more. That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit. That's some magic. So anyway, it's just like a thought I had, you know, and I was entertaining the idea, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a video about this week called $1 Million Motivation. And even after I stopped talking to you, myself, the listener, etc., and I hit stop on this video, I'm still going to be thinking about it, because, and maybe you will too, but it's just one of the magics of the universe, you know? You could say it's one thing, you could say it's another, but there is an actual physical change between you relaxing, and your patience, and your strength, and your endurance, and your motivation, and your skill set, when you get some sort of a weird incentive to do something. And I don't mean something you just don't want to do, like you're procrastinating, but I mean like an actual something that you're actually challenging yourself, a task of some type to perform. I don't mean like putting the dishes away, you know what I mean? But when somebody gives you that crazy motivation, that's when you see people do things that ordinarily they wouldn't do. And they do these things, and then take it one step further, they accomplish them, which is insane. Because if you had asked someone before they were incentivized that money, if they think they could do it, they might say no. They might say yes, but regardless, I'm not talking about the yeses, I'm talking about the nos. I'm talking about those changed perspectives, those changed realities. That doesn't mean that they're just going for it. That means they're trying harder than they normally would try. So the question is, why not try that overwhelming, just try hardest level on the first go? What is it inside of people that doesn't make them do that 115% on their first try and then just walking away like they're the shit? As opposed to having to like face some sort of adversity and then either walking away, letting that obstacle potentially conquer them, or psyching themselves out and reaching above what they've done before and breaking their own limitations. It's fucking insane. So I'm going to stop right here with that. I hope you understand what I was saying. And there's not really a point to what I'm saying. But it was just a thought that I had, and I just wanted to discuss it. You know, like I always repeat myself saying, part of this whole channel is so that you can get to understand how I think, my mindset and whatnot, and get to know me more off stage as a stand-up comedian. This way, when I'm on stage, you already start to, it's like you know me, you know, and that's what I really want. So anyway, without further ado, I hope everybody has a beautiful day today. Anything else going on? I don't think anything else is going on. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna keep this short, even though it's been like 10 minutes or whatever. But yeah, so psych yourself out, do big things, and maybe even just do it with that overwhelming skill set deep within you the first try. How's that sound? Anyway, without further ado, again and again, I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.